Hi, I'm Margie at Marjorie's Candies, and today I'm going to make amaretto bread pudding. This is 3 steps, okay? First you're going to need a loaf of bread and 1 quart of half and half, and then you'll need 6 eggs, 1½ cups of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of amaretto, and you can use vanilla if you'd like. And then the sauce, which is done later after it's all cooked. That's ½ cup of butter, which is 1 stick, and 1 cup of sifted powdered sugar, 1 egg, and 1 tablespoon of, 3 tablespoons of amaretto. Okay? Now, first step, you're going to take a 9 by 13 pan and you're going to guesstimate how much bread is going to fill this up, but you're actually going to be putting the bread into a bowl and just covering it with the half and half. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is put these into the bowl. Okay, I'm going to just pour the half and half. Now, you don't really have to use all half and half. You could use some whole milk, because it's really the eggs that hold this together. But I'm just following this recipe my friend gave me. She can't wait for it to be done. Okay, so we're going to just leave this covered, and twice in the next hour we're going to give it a stir. Okay, so I'll cover it, and in about, half hour I'll give it a stir again. Okay, so now it's time. Well, we just made bourbon balls. Okay, and so see our YouTube on bourbon balls. Okay, and so we have to stir our amaretto bread. Okay, so at this point you're just going to do the first half hour of the stirring. Okay, be gentle, because we're still going to have to add the eggs, and so I'm just sort of going underneath it and lifting it up. So that's all you need to do. Okay, that's good. So we'll leave that and cover it for another half hour. And actually now I'm going to make some butterscotch candy while this is waiting, and that'll be up too on YouTube. Okay, what I'm going to do now is do the last stir, and then the next time we'll be mixing the eggs and all the rest of the ingredients and adding it to it. Okay, so that's good enough. And we'll just wait a few more minutes and I'll get everything else together. And we'll put it together and bake it. Okay, what I'm going to do now that all the half and half is incorporated and soaked into the bread, I'm going to beat my 6 eggs. I just pretty much want to break those yolks. There's a lot of different ways to do what I do. I just like to use my old-fashioned little beater and stuff. You could use a whisk, of course. That's probably just fine. And we will throw it into the sink. And we will add the sugar. This is this is 1½ cups of sugar, but actually I took 2 tablespoons out because I just want it to be a little less sweet. That's just me, but you can still use the whole 1½ cups. And that is the little bit of amaretto. I'm going to stir this up. And then we'll add that to the bread. And then we'll put it into the 9 by 13 pan, and it'll just go right into the oven for 50 minutes. Probably should be whisking this because there's a few little lumps in it. Lumps of sugar. Okay. So I'm just adding this to the, oops, let me get another spoon. I'm just going to stir this together gently, and try to get those eggs all the way through, because that's what's going to hold our bread pudding together. Then we're going to make an amaretto sauce to go over it. It's a warm sauce that just makes this whole thing so wonderful. Okay. then we're going to put it right into the oven. And the oven's at 325 with your rack in the middle of the oven. And we're going to bake it for, I'm going to put it on for 45 minutes, but it's about 50 or 55 minutes you're going to want to cook it for. And we'll check it in a little while. Okay, we're now at the point for our amaretto bread pudding to make the sauce, which this is a cup of powdered sugar, which I'm going to sift. I'm going to just put it, run it through a strainer. I like to just get rid of those little balls. You never know what's in there. Okay. Now we're just going to combine all of these ingredients over the double boiler. Okay. So we can start by putting the butter in. Oh, just let that get started. Okay, the butter is just about melted. And my double boiler, I just took a little bit of water. I'm going to bring this down to a simmer. Okay, let this sort of simmer. But the bottom of my bowl does not touch the water. But it sits over the top of the pot, so no steam will escape and burn me. So the next step after you melt your butter is to add your powdered sugar. You can actually use a little whisk, a little baby whisk. See how well that works. Whisks are wonderful things. This is maybe even too big. Okay, so now I'm going to add the egg. Whisk that in. Takes a moment to get in. And then I'm just going to let this cook for a moment. Make sure this is hot enough. Because of the egg, I'll just keep stirring it and make sure it's nice and hot. And then we'll add the amaretto. Okay, I'm going to take this sauce off of the water. And see how nice that is? It's going to get a little thin. It's kind of a thinnish sauce, but it is fabulous. This is the amaretto. There's 3 tablespoons there, or a little better. I'll put that in a container for when the bread pudding is ready. Okay, well the bell just went off, and this is cooked. So we're going to take it out, and I'm going to let it sit for a little while. Actually, it can sit for quite a while because it's very, very hot. And that's all cooked, okay? I know it looks shiny, but that's still cooked. All right? So that's great, and we can't forget our sauce, which I put in here. Okay? And we'll just take some scoops out of that, and I know my next door neighbor who gave me this recipe can't wait to have some, so I'll bring some over to her. And thank you very much for joining us today. And don't forget to go visit Marjorie's Candies and Cookies and see what else we do. And then let me know what you think. Bye.